Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dark Souls. I had a fair bit of frustration, as you may be able to tell, against the Bed of Chaos. Hopefully you will have just seen, I don't know, maybe a montage of the, 4 or 5 failures, and then me sprinting back to this place over and over again. But for sure you're going to have seen the successful run against that horrible, horrible boss. Now I'm going to go ahead and put all my gear back on. I had taken everything off so that I could actually run over here quickly. Just something that I had to do over and over and over again. That's okay though. We're done. We never need to speak of this boss ever again. I think that's everything? Yeah, okay. Cool, so with that... Actually, hang on. We got the Lord Soul for the Bed of Chaos, Mother of Demons. This Lord Soul is found at the dawn of the Age of Fire. The Witch of Izalith attempted to duplicate the first flame from a soul, but instead created a distorted being of chaos and fire. Its power formed a bed of life, which would become the source of all demons, and it is more than enough to satiate the Lord Vessel. Cool, so that is all 4 of the Lord Souls here. And then we got a handful of embers that we're just kind of holding on to. Handful of embers also that we have not picked up. All sorts of good stuff there. Okay, so... we now actually have all 4 souls. We can go put them in the Lord Vessel and then be done. We could go move on to the final area and the final boss of the game. However, there is still a little bit more stuff that we can do. So we're going to do those other things instead. We have officially completely wrapped up the Knight Solaire, his side quest, his storyline. It's done. We're done with him. He will now show up as a summonable character for the final boss. His is maybe a little more interesting if you don't do it correctly. He goes hollow and will attack you and you have to put him down. It's kind of tragic, actually. We have the side quest for Siegmeyer and his daughter Sieglinde. Actually, I think in order to do that we have to go back to Firelink. Oops. Wrong button. I forget whether or not we went to Firelink and told her, hey, we saw your dad. And she is not here, so apparently we did? No big deal. We'll just keep warping around. Daughter of Chaos. We could also wander into the catacombs again and go find the final blacksmith, the fire blacksmith. He will enchant our weapons with fire. Not a thing that I'm going to do with any of my weapons, but it would just be more for the sake of completion. I don't know. It's not super important, which is why I haven't really done it. Still don't know if I'm actually going to bother. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think there's, other than the final area, the Kiln of the First Flame, which is where we'll be going after we deal with the Lord Vessel, I think there's only one other area that we haven't really explored. And it's back out here in Blighttown, which is why I'm running in this direction. And this should also let us unlock the final Covenant that I have not yet discovered. So that's exciting. Oh, we have 60,000 souls. I guess I just realized that from the boss fight. Just gonna squish a few of these spiders on our way over. Hello. Swing and a miss. We could probably just ignore these leeches. I'm gonna kill them just to be safe. We're high enough level and we have enough HP that it's not really... they're not really a threat. But they could chase me up here, you know. Okie dokie. So into this tree. I forget whether we poked our head in here or not earlier. By the looks of it, yes. There was a illusionary wall, like a sign here warning us of the illusionary wall. There's a bit more to it than that, however. There's a second illusionary wall. There's actually a bunch of them in here. I believe there's like 2 or 3 illusionary walls in the Great Hollow on the way down. I'm going to give you fair warning right now. There is no way I am going to get all the items and kill all the creatures and do all the stuff that there is to do in here. It's just not going to happen. It requires having like a fall control spell, or... I don't think there's like a ring in this one. I think that's Dark Souls 2. But having like the fall control sorcery and then having to go from top to bottom multiple times, I think, to get everything. And it's just like some souls, and there's a ring or 2 in here. Actually, I think this is where you get the Chloranthy ring, which is pretty good. Yeah, why not? We're gonna go with 60 strength. Sorry. Yeah. Get that one last little point of strength in there. Alright, welcome to the Great Hollow. It is a giant tree, and from my earlier comments, there is a bit of falling involved. We could fall down this, like, right into the middle there. I don't know that I would actually live right now. I can give it a shot, though. Check it out, the Chloranthy ring. Pretty good ring, actually, and you can get it really early. I mean, you can do this stuff when you first enter Lighttown. I just didn't. But yeah, ancient ring engraved with a large green flower. It is of unknown origin. Hastens the regeneration of stamina. Yes, so your stamina will recover quickly, very quickly, when you have that equipped. I'm gonna go back to the wolf ring, though. I find it to be a bit more useful. And then we'll just keep working our way down here. Hello? There we go. Yeah, so there's gonna be... I think there's a couple of these little ledges, like over on the left there, you can see that. And there's maybe an illusionary wall. I know there are illusionary walls on a few of them. Not all. And then there's gonna be a lot of, like, trying to land on branches and things to get items. Titanite chunk. Not super useful to us. Also, you can see in the distance there, our friends the basilisks. They are back. Hanging out here, waiting to petrify us. Luckily, I have pretty high curse resistance, so I don't need to be too careful here. I could also eat a couple of humanity and raise our curse resistance even higher. That goes up as you have more, like, soft or free humanity floating around up in your top left corner there. I lost all mine on the Bed of Chaos. Bit of a shame. Also, you hear that jingly noise? Maybe? It might have been super faint. There are a bunch of the... There they are. And they're gone now. The little Titanite lizards. This place is just crawling with them. There are quite a few. And they're really interesting in this area because I believe they have a chance to drop Titanite slabs when you kill them. They're one-time only enemies, so you have to be really lucky for that to happen, but I believe I've seen that happen before. And then for the rest of it, I don't really know... I mean, our ultimate goal is to get down and hopefully to not die in the process. So I'm just going to be doing that and going really careful here. Because, of course, as always in this game, a fall of too far can just be an instant kill. And then there's also a bit of a geometry on the branches to worry about, where you might think you're landing on just the edge of it, but actually not, and just continue plummeting, and very dangerous. Ooh, but there's a ladder. Yep, there's going to be a few more basilisks on this floor, and then we're going to keep working our way down as soon as we're done with these. Where are you going? Yeah, hit him with the backswing. That's always a satisfying attack to kill enemies with. Alright, and I think there's even going to be a few more basilisks when we drop down. Now, one of these... Aha, here it is. I was about to say, one of these you can get an item for dropping through if you don't screw it up like I did. Oh, that's a lot of you. Good thing about this area is that the basilisks have a tendency to just kill themselves. And I am A-okay with that. Come on. There we go. Good grief. Also, I believe you can drop down onto some of those little mushroom fungus things and get a few more items. Yeah, there's another one over there. So, like I said, a lot of dropping down in places. There's a hole up there. You could have dropped down and get that item over there. I really don't care about any of the gear in here. Items, it's going to be like souls and titanite chunks and that sort of thing. Nothing particularly useful. Yeah, there's a corpse over here we can get the item from if I wanted to drop down. I don't really care. There it is. I don't really care. We're just going to keep taking the safe route down. And then these mushrooms, they're back. Hello. Ooh. You are far sturdier than your forest counterparts. And of course, where there are the little mushrooms, there's going to be a big old parent mushroom. Yep, just down there on the right. I forget whether there are 2 of you or only 1. And then a couple of dead basilisks. Oh, there's 2 at least. 3? Maybe? I really don't want anything to do with you. Oh, because your haymaker hits really freaking hard. And you also have just a boatload of HP. And you do not stagger at all. Okay, 3 one-handed jump attacks to kill those. And this cheeky little baby mushroom was throwing some punches of its own in there. Oh no. Okay, actually, you don't hit as hard as I thought you did. That's good news. Probably can't backstab you, though, can I? You send me flying, though. Oh, no. Did you... Oh. Okay, that hurt. And I'm, like, glitched into the corner here. Awesome. Thank you, Dark Souls. totally stuck in the corner. That's the second time that's happened on this run-through. That's a bit of a shame. You know what? This calls for another sip of tea before we carry on. Ah, okay. And again, I'll just drop in here because I know I can survive and it's fairly quick. And then this time when we get to the bottom, I'm just not going to bother engaging the mushrooms at all, I think. Oh. Can I not... Can I not get out of here? Seriously, game? What are you doing to me? There we go. Sometimes that little hop helps. Ooh, more of the Titanite bugs. Although they disappeared, and I should not have gone for them. I got greedy. That's okay. Alright. Let's just, actually roll this time. There we go. Is this a good place to be? Perhaps? Come on. You're not even standing on anything. Come on. Seriously. Ah. Video games. Alright, we're back in Basilisk Town. Luckily they don't really do any actual damage. I think the petrification or the curse is kind of their only real attack. Which is pretty deadly, I mean, don't get me wrong. Hello. Hit that tree branch, that's a shame. Ooh, we even got an Eye of Death. That's pretty fantastic. Would be good if I were still in the Gravelord Nito Covenant. We gave that one up a long time ago. I can see that Titanite lizard over there on the right taunting me. It's daring me to jump. Yeah, this is a really good place to have ranged weapons, like a bow and arrow, preferably, or sorceries might also help do the job. Those sorts of things for getting through here, and for sniping those little bugs on your way down. Generally a good plan. Alright, here's our ladder again. Nice and safe little route to get to the bottom. Ooh, and somebody's kindling the bonfire up above. That's awfully nice of them. Giving me an extra Estus flask. Won't say no to that. Where are you? And I believe there's one more on this floor, perhaps? Maybe not. It probably already fell down. Ah, blue Titanite chunk. Okie dokie, and then now we're back down into Fungus Town. And I'm gonna go in with full HP, and we're not gonna engage the stupid freaking mushrooms this time. Another Titanite chunk. Alright. I'm gonna kill the little ones. I think that lured all three. Which means... yeah, okay, there we go. Good to go. And... welcome to one of the coolest looking areas in the game, in my opinion. The Ash Lake. With just super ominous music in the background, too. Okay, we'll deal with that Hydra in just a moment here. But yeah, check it out, all these giant trees. And we're like super far underground too. It's just a really neat little area. I really like it. Completely optional. Fairly difficult to find if you don't explore the swamp, if you don't break through the two invisible walls and work your way all the way down the tree. Pretty cool, though. Okay, let's deal with the Mr. Hydra here. Or Mrs. Hydra. And hopefully not get wrecked by those water shots in the process. You gonna stab your heads at me, please? That's not exactly what I was after. Now will you stab your heads at me, please? I could almost just smack you one right here. There we go. Didn't kill you in one go this time. Gonna kind of back off. I don't want to get too close to the edge of the water. Oh, seriously? That is not cool. I'm right here. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna heal. Since you goofed up my camera a little bit there. Come on, do it again, do it again. I dare you. might have been a twofer. Although I don't actually think it was. Ah. No. Wrong attack. Come on. Try to bite me. Clementine is just a little bit slow for actually fighting these things. It's okay, though. We'll do that. We'll take that close head. Done, just like that. We'll get a couple of dragon scales. I don't think there's anything back over here. Alright, let's do a little bit more exploration here in Ash Lake before we call it quits for the day. The Hydra is the only real threat down here. That and, like, the edge of the water, of course. Always a threat in this game. Don't want to accidentally walk off the edge and die. We got our old friends, the demonic clams, back. Which means free Twinkling Titanite and Purging Stones. Pretty good deal, if you ask me. Oh, I think these ones are maybe a bit tougher than... yeah. A little bit tougher than their counterparts in the Crystal Caves. Oh, and I don't have any humanity or anything, so I'm not going to get any items. Or I should say I'm not likely to get any items. This is lovely. Big old skull. No idea what it's a skull of. Kinda cool, though. There you are. Oh, and there is an item down by the water over there, it looks like. We'll get that. We'll get that later. Yeah, I think all the items around here are going to be dragon scales. I really don't think there's anything else down here. Down here in the land that time forgot. I always forget just how large this area is. Check out this other tree here real quick. Our friend Mr. Basilisk. Oh, I thought you would die down there. There we go. More mushrooms, more basilisks. Ooh. Oh, and another mushroom. Of course there's another mushroom. Are you by yourself, though, Mr. Mushroom? Or Mrs. Mushroom, if you prefer. Oh, and there's something through there. At least you have a huge wind-up time on those punches. That was kind of expected. Here, do the double punch again, please. Alright. Done with you. Nice if you would drop an item for us. Let's just see what's in here real quick. Aha. That's where you lead. Just around right back to the other side. Huh. Alright, just a teensy-weensy bit more exploring. I want to see what's at the other end of this path. I know what's at the other end of this path. I want to reach what's at the other end of this path. It'll be a good note to end on, I think. You trapped? See, I'm not the only one that has trouble with the geometry in this game. Ooh, that could be really dangerous, that slam attack, because if I get knocked off the edge, game over. There, you're done. Oh, stupid clams. Ooh, Twinkling Titanite, though. Alright. Just gonna follow the twisty little sandbar here. This is super ominous. I hope you're all ready. Yep, giant dragon. Last of its kind. And where there's dragons, there's tails. Where there's tails, we can chop them off for a dragon weapon. And yes, this is the Dragon Covenant. Path of the Dragon, I believe it's called. Yeah, achievement Path of the Dragon. Cool, so we got another dragon weapon. We found the final Covenant. Not actually going to bother joining this, but yeah, and then there's a bonfire. And where there's a Covenant bonfire means we can warp to it, so we can actually return to Ash Lake. Which we're going to do, but not just yet. So yeah, fairly successful. I did finally manage to beat the freaking Bed of Chaos. I absolutely despise that boss. But we finished that boss. We made it through the Great Hollow, though it took a couple of attempts. And got to explore Ash Lake a little bit. So pretty good. We're honestly just about done with the game. Like, we gotta go put the souls in the Lord Vessel and work through that last area. We gotta find out, hopefully, whatever happened to Zigmire. See if we can tie that side quest off. But yeah, we're almost done. So thank you all for joining me. And may the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.